There is a kind of suffering that is hard to explain to others, because it does not come from any clearly identifiable event. There is no loss, no conflict, no obvious blow. Life appears mostly normal, and the days keep moving forward. Yet the heart never truly settles. When others ask, "What happened?" we ourselves do not even know where to begin.
From a young age, we learn one thing. If the heart feels unwell, there must be something that happened. When things go smoothly, the heart should feel at ease. Only when things go wrong does the heart have a reason to suffer. So we keep turning back to examine our lives. Is something wrong somewhere? Did I do something poorly? Did someone make me uncomfortable? Yet many times, no matter how much we search, we cannot find any single event that can explain this kind of suffering.
At this point, a very important fact is often overlooked. That is, much suffering does not arise only after something happens. It already exists before anything occurs. It exists in a state that is not very noticeable, yet continuously present. It is a mind that is always on guard, always ready to respond.
This mind rarely truly relaxes. It is always preparing to be interrupted, preparing to be misunderstood, preparing for things not to go as expected. Even when nothing has happened, the heart is already standing in a defensive stance. Living in this state for a long time, the mind becomes tight, tired, unable to settle. And this exhaustion, in itself, is a form of suffering.
In the Dhamma, suffering does not refer only to intense pain or deep sorrow. More often, suffering arises from those feelings that are very subtle, yet constantly present. For example, uneasiness, instability, the inability to fully relax. When the mind keeps trying to control these feelings, to fix them, or to get rid of them, suffering is continually being prolonged.
So, when the mind cannot settle, it is not necessarily because you have gone through something bad. Very often, it is because the mind has been living in a state of waiting and evaluating, waiting for the next thing to happen, waiting for others' reactions, waiting for the situation to improve or deteriorate. Even when the environment is quiet, even when there are no obvious problems in life, the mind still finds it hard to truly come to rest.
When we begin to see that, suffering does not necessarily come from events, but from this mind standing in a defensive position for a long time. Only then do we have the possibility of no longer rushing to change outer circumstances, and instead beginning to turn back and notice, in this very moment, what is this mind doing?
This is not asking us to immediately solve any problem, nor is it asking us to make the mind become calm right away. It is simply to honestly see one thing. Much suffering is not given by fate, but comes from this mind having long remained in tension and readiness. When this is seen, the mind finally has the possibility to slowly soften and relax.